Hi guys, hi. Oh, surprise here. Your local ported expanding our universe, back with another video. Sorry you missed me last week. Last week was just a lot. I couldn't get myself to shoot something. Yeah. And then also this week nimejiskuma. Mnipigie makofi. I've really pushed myself today to shoot this. Not because I don't want to, it's just because I'm in my feelings. Na pia nimekuwa nikitry kufollow hiyo kitu ya sometimes you need to go with the plan and not your feelings. So last week I could let it slide, but I couldn't let it slide this week. Yeah. Because last week ilikuwa very understandable, but this week, you see, I'm here, right? Clap for me again. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're having a great month so far. We are already in July, literally. And in this month of July, don't forget to love on yourself. Big Leo energy, okay? Big Leo energy. Don't forget to put yourself out there in the spotlight. Jupiter is in Leo. Yeah, Jupiter is in Leo. Yeah. Anyway, don't forget to expand in how you love yourself. Expand your capacity to love yourself. Expand your capacity to do nice things for yourself, to bet on yourself, to believe in yourself, all that. Yeah. On today's video, today morning I was so emotional because of something that I was thinking about last night. I even threaded it sasa today morning. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to see if I will be able to put it in words sasa, other than what I have threaded, yeah? Because that's the only outlet I've had so far. Other than pondering over it in my mind, I haven't written about it anywhere. It's bits and pieces, but let's get into it. So I threaded something to do with how I dislike the fact that I feel like I have this double standard when it comes to what? To sexual relationships. Let me say that, because that's what it is anyway. Yeah. So I feel like I have this double standard where I can so easily give my body, but I won't give my heart, nor will I give my soul. Giving my body is not the hardest thing, you know. And take it as you will, man. Mi hata sijali vile mtu atataka kuinterpret. This is just me sharing how I see it. So I thought about it. I was thinking about it, and then it caught my attention that it's not just a double standard really, but it's just a survival pattern that I have developed due to hypersexualization when I was a child. So ideally, there's core memories. I have these core memories of certain situations that happened when I was a kid, and I can see why it would be easy for me to just objectify myself before I'm even objectified. Yeah, because don't get me wrong, I know my self-worth. I hold myself in very high regard. I have very high standards. That's something I know, you know, and that's something I feel like I embody anyway. Ni venye tu sasa, yeah, venye tu nimesema, I catch myself in these loops of situationships and skinny links. Sneaky links, sindio? Not because I don't have the capacity to commit. Actually, if you are to see me, unajua pia, put a pin on that. Unajua pia the fact that I'm a Gemini, that gives people the impression that I cannot commit or something. But if you look at other aspects in my birth chart, pia leo, I will be referring so much to my birth chart, okay? Yeah, book me for those birth chart readings. I'll be referring so much to my birth chart. But when you look at other aspects in my birth chart, I'm actually a person who has so much depth, and I can actually commit to things. Ni venye tu, I usually catch people before they catch me. Is that abandonment issues? I don't know. No, but I can I have this pattern recognition whereby I can be able to tell whether hii itaenda mahali ama hii haiendi mahali. You know, I can be able to tell that. And I'm somebody who's very, very honest with themselves. So, hata siwezi blame anyone when I catch myself in those loops of like situationships and snake killings and those kinds of like interactions, yeah. Because I can't blame anyone else. I blame it's on me because I usually know what I'm getting myself into, right? But sasa let's get back to now the hypersexualization in childhood. It made me remember kuna time I was in either class 7 or class 8, because my mom had sent me to her bank. So I was walking to the place, ndio nikirudi nipande mat, alafu hiyo pesa yenye nilifaa kutumia kwenda ni kule or something. I don't know what was the thought, I can't remember, but it's something along those lines. So as I was walking, I got catcalled by this grown-ups, acha tu hata niwaite grown-ups, nilikuwa nataka kusema grown-ass men, but it was grown-ups, it was fucking fathers of people, yeah. I got catcalled and I remember feeling so bad. I actually cried because I was just like, kwani hawa watu hawaoni mimi ni mtoto, you know. It was just crazy. And then pia in my pondering, I also remembered like I even threaded about this. Thread about something to do with, nilisikia that Malebo song. Mi si fan wa hiyo Malebo song. I don't know. I think I'm just overly serious. I've always been overly serious. So Malebo, like that song I'm not a fan of it. Same way I'm not a fan of the Merimela song. So thread something about, nilikuwa nimesikia the Malebo song. Alafu ikanikumbusha the Merimela song where we were being conditioned to like blame Merimela for pedophilia. And it got me thinking, that thread actually, I thought about this when I was threading that, but then it is in connection to what I threaded today, right? And I love threads. I love the fact that uko hata kama unaniona, kama unioni, uzuri sijui kama unaona, so shauri zako. I feel like it's just like a digital diary for me. Anyway, so in class 7, a teacher was hitting on me, right? I feel like hizi stories huwa ninazisema so lightly, but jana na leo ilini hit just how much those things did to me, what like the extent to which those things impacted my life, right? So this teacher was hitting on me, and then mi nikakataa, but mi ndo nilienda guidance and counseling. Mi ndo nilikuwa ninaambiwa venye ninakatianga walimu hadi unabaki the fuck, he's the pedophile. Anyway, I remember he even like came to class. I don't know if I've said this here before. I feel like I've said it in one of the boarding schools. It's not a real place. I think the first one, primary school edition, because it happened in primary. Yeah, that was just like a very weird experience. Yeah, so there's that. And then the hypersexualization was just all through. I quite vividly remember when I was like 5, there's this, he was an Ethiopian man, I'll never forget. I think Ethiopian or Eritrean. I bet he was Eritrean, yeah. Because hao ndio Eritreans wengi walikuwa wanaishi kwa building fulani hapo. And you know, he just kept moving mad, and I'm 5, right? You see, these are core memories. People think kids don't remember these things, but we do. A shamba boy of my grandma's, when I was like, I remember my family knows this. When I say I was wearing my yellow pants, zile zenye ziliraruka kwa msweleko, I was wearing my yellow pants. They were yellow with like black strips. I remember that day, and that nigga also tried to move mad with me, you know. So it's just the hypersexualization ever since I was a kid that makes me like, it's so easy for me to like give my body, but I won't give my heart and I won't give my soul. And I don't like it because I'm such a deep person. I'm so done. I'm so over it, you know. I'm so fucking over it. I'm so over it. Plus, pia tu ni the game tu, ukishaona vile like, ukisha realize how the game is played, you can't be the only fool, right? But I'm over it, man. I feel like I've also threaded this before. I feel like human connections should not feel like mind games. You know, it should not feel like mind games, but it is, because every relationship is transactional, whether we like it or not, whether it's like positively or negatively, they are all transactional. And that is why I'm saying I'm over it, because I don't want it to be transactional to the extent of me actually even like not being able to like be ni kama ninajiseparate from my body, right? Especially as a woman in this fucking patriarchal timeline. You know, because I don't want to confuse between me having autonomy over myself and now just me objectifying myself. Yeah, because there's a difference between me having autonomy and choice. Yes, I realize that I am living in a timeline where I get to have certain freedoms that people before me did not have, and people even also like women in Afghanistan do not have certain freedoms that I have as a woman here in Kenya, right? So I don't want to mix up between that, my autonomy, me having my autonomy and me having choice, and me objectifying myself, because there's a thin line. And there's just this way in which we are conditioned by society, and the line gets blurred without us even noticing, right? Yeah. Alafu tuende therapy, guys. Because mi nilikuwa tu nimekaa tu and I'm like, imagine all that I can root how I deal with my relationships, like sexual relationships. Let me just call them sexual relationships because that's what they are. How I deal with that, I'm rooting it to what happened to me all through. And also, I'm not saying it like to make it an excuse to like my behavior or like how I move. I'm just saying it because I'm very aware of it and now I'm over it and I just don't want to participate in that anymore, right? Yeah. I'm glad I came to shoot this video. I'm so glad I came to shoot this video. Also, let's talk about shame. You know, the only reason as to why people can use certain things against you, certain things about you against you, is if you are shameful about them. But if you are aware of them and you actually know why and understand why and you're dealing with it, I feel like the shame actually fades away, because you're holding a mirror up to me. I've already looked at myself numerous times. I always look at myself, yeah? So the shame won't really apply. So yeah, I would say I was shamed for my body type. I've always been a curvaceous girl. Hata ukikuja kwetu utaambia, huyu amekwanga tu na hii mwili tangu ya kwa mtoto. And I'm like, yeah, you know. So not only was I over-sexualized, hypersexualized, but I was also shamed for it at the same time. Ndio maana unapata ni mimi ndo nitapelekwa guidance and counseling na ni mwalimu ananikatia mimi. Ni mimi nitaambiwa huwa nina distract wavulana. And I'm barely doing anything. I'm literally not doing anything. That's another reason as to why I was also so much in my shell. Like, wow, it was just a lot. Unaona hiyo story yenye nimewambia nilinifanyikia nikiwa I think class 7 or class 8, nikiwa nimetumwa na mamangu to the bank. I remember that day crying. I was like, kwani am I a sex symbol? Like, what the fuck is that? I don't even want this attention, you see. So from a very young age, I was over-sexualized and then shamed for it, and then also blamed for it. And I'm like, maumbile ya mtu tena mnataka afanyaje, you know? And we're just so conditioned. Ndio maana nasema tunahitaji therapy. That I broke down actually. I actually thought I would be so emotional shooting this video. That's why hata nilikuwa ninadilidali kuishoot. But I love the fact that I've been able to put out my words without actually censoring myself. And have you guys noticed the way I'm not censoring myself in these freeform videos? Like, I am, but at least I'm speaking like 30% of my mind, of the thoughts that come to my mind at the moment. 30. Okay, 40. Okay, 30 and 40 are a bit kidogo, because I'm speaking most of my mind. Kwa sababu ninaongea tu chenye nakuja, hata mimi ninashtuka na nyinyi. Okay? Unless I refer to it like on my threads or anything, hata mimi tu ninashtuka na nyinyi. But yeah. But I'm so over it. I'm so over the shame. I'm so over the guilt. Feeling guilty for looking the way I look. Feeling guilty for doing things the way I do them. Feeling guilty for people actually sexualizing. Like, how is it my fault that people sexualize me? I can take the blame for me moving towards objectifying myself, because I feel like that's the only way I can survive, since I said it's a survival pattern that came about from the different experiences that I've had, right? But I'm not going to feel guilty for my choices anyway, because most of the times I know what, especially as an adult, I don't think there's a choice as an adult yenye nina regret. There's nothing for the most part of my, let's say kutoka 20 what, ever since nianze kuchanuka yeah, ever since nianze kuchanuka, most of the time, yeah, I know what I'm doing, right? So I'm not putting the blame on anybody. I'm loving the fact that I can actually sit with myself and reflect and put conscious. Again, there's a thin line between self-awareness and the other thing where you just know things but you're not doing anything about. Self-awareness and embodiment. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. There's a thin line between self-awareness and embodiment. So for self-awareness to be worthwhile, you must embody that self-awareness. And that is why I feel like it's important, hivyo vile nimekaa chini nika reflect na nikaona hizo zote, now it's up to me to make those choices for myself whereby I know they're all on me. Sindio, si about society venye sasa watu walinifanyia manini ilinifanyikia, right? It's all about what I want and how I want it. As long as it's causing harm to none, and it's not causing harm to myself, because also that's another thing, the double standard. You see the way I stated, like I feel like it's a it's a double standard. Niju, kwani you don't care about my body the way I care about my heart and my soul, you know? Yes, I do. So without hurting myself and without hurting anybody else, I pick the choices that are of my greatest good. Yes. This is so refreshing. It's so refreshing to hear myself speak about certain things that I never thought I'd be able to bring myself to do. Yeah. But wow, we live and we learn. We live and we learn. Leo pia nimekuwa nikisikiza wimbo fulani inaitwa Stupid Deep by John Bellion. Let me read you. I even threaded that part also. Let me read you some lyrics of his from the song actually. Sitaki kuchanganyikiwa, sitaki kuambia something like that. I want to tell you exactly what, okay? That's why just allow me to read, please. What if who I hoped to be was always me, and the love I fought to feel was always free? What if all the things I've done were just attempts at earning love, because this hole inside my heart is stupid deep. Mimi napenda lyricism, napenda wasanii, napenda words, napenda yeah. I love rhymes, I love poetry. Yeah. Nilikuwa hata nimesahau I was mentioning something about my birth chart. So hiyo part ya sex symbol, yeah, nayo nilisahau na nikadivert. Ndio hiyo nimerudi. Ndio hiyo mimi nimerudi. So vile nilikuwa like, kwani am I a sex symbol? And I was young to be thinking that, you know, I was very young. And you know, this is now a thought that has always been in my head, but for the first time I'm speaking it out loud, yeah. And then I met my birth chart, and I was able to go through my birth chart, study my birth chart, and there's an aspect there that explains what about my energy gives off the impression. You know, I'm a very sensual person. I have a magnetic aura. That's something that's there. Hata nikijifanya sitaki kusema ati ndio nisionekane na brag na ni ukweli. So yeah. So most of even like in adulthood, sitasema tu ati hili nifanyikia tu nikiwa mtoto. Even in adulthood, same script. Ni vile sahi sasa ninajijua na I know how to care for myself. I know how to protect myself, stand up for myself. I know how to choose what I want. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So ndio maana ni important pia kusoma birth chart yako. There's things that you'll see in your birth chart that will actually validate, and not just validate in terms of trying to find an excuse for your behavior, whether good or bad, but validate in terms of at the end of the day, so unajua tu wewe peke yako ndo unajijua that deeply. So inakuonyesha tu mi wasi trip, iko hivyo, niko hivyo. Now that ninajua this is how I tend to be, how can I work with what I have, sindio? Because kila mtu is a person in their own self, right? So knowing what I know about myself and knowing myself as deeply as I do, how am I able to navigate this lifetime in a way that is not harmful to me and is not harmful to others? Perfect. I think hata tunafungia hii video hapo. Follow me on my social media handles. Mbona sijasema us leo sijui. Follow me on my social media handles at _yourlocal.pothead on Instagram and also at _nyagoha on Instagram. That is my main account. And then the rest of the accounts, I will be attaching them at the end of the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Engage with me. I'm waiting. I'm always here waiting for you guys to engage with me. Ooh, we hit 200 subscribers, guys. I almost forgot. We hit 200 subscribers. Thank you so much. Sijui tutafanya nini. We'll do something for like 200 subscribers special. I'll think about it, yeah. But the next video after this will be a cover. That's what I know. So maybe we might do something for next week's videos. I don't know, but we must do something. Catch you on the next one. Go be great. Your local potted out.